What's going on, good guys and gals of the NistoBros podcast? I'm back doing the intros because it's been like 5 weeks now, 5 episodes.
Yeah,
I
it's
haven't
been
done it.
quite a few.
Been a little bit, yeah. I've left you hanging to see what you did, but here we are, episode 51 of the NistoBros podcast. Crazy. We're approaching the 1 year milestone.
Yes, we are, and we got some stuff planned for it.
Oh yeah, we do.
Yes, we do.
It's, you know what? I'm going to get one right out of the way. It's going to be good.
There it is.
Got to get one right out of the way.
Episode 51. Thank you for being here. It's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one. We are going to be doing our fourth ever, I believe, dinner date. So. We'll decide which time of day it will be with our guest,
Sting, as Tony Schiavone would say.
Yeah. So that is very exciting. So look forward to that. And one of the reasons that we're doing that.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to Sting.
The Stinger.
Yeah. Happy birthday.
Stinger.
Yeah.
Steve Borden, the real name of Stinger.
Borden.
Steve. I don't know for his middle name.
I'm gonna go Steve Allen.
Oh, that's a pretty good one. It's pretty good. I'm gonna go Steve John. Steve, maybe it's even Stephen John with a V in Stephen, not PH. I'm going Steve John.
So you were right before. There is no middle name. Before we hopped on the pod, we needed to look up what Sting's real name was, and we saw that there wasn't a middle name listed, and we thought maybe we just got his name.
Yeah, I looked at the little preview.
But I
thought I cheated the system.
Middle namer.
I'm gonna do this. I look stupid, but it keeps hitting my areolas.
Okay, that's not what the.
I guess I say that. Am I not allowed to say that? That's the scientific term. I could have said my nip. I could have said my teat. Yeah. Could have went a different way. Now I said them all.
I'm not a big fan of the word areola. That's all.
I know, because speaking of staying in AEW, I know Taz says it a lot on AEW Dark. He commentates with Excalibur, and they're very fun.
Much more on Sting later, of course.
Oh yeah,
happy birthday to him! But we will obviously be doing a much deeper dive. Usually we do a little something on the birthday people, but we're gonna go way in depth with Sting.
Oh, we're going
because it is his birthday.
We're taking a big deep dive, and deep dive, and I'm gonna stay away from the conspiracy theories here. But happy birthday, R.I.P. late great Chester Bennington. My dog is named after him. And you know what? Screw it. He was set up. He was killed. I said it.
Wow.
Maybe I get canceled for that. But you know what? I'm not going deep into it.
I'm not too well versed in all that. So I'm not gonna comment. What I will say is that his middle name is probably Richard.
Yeah. No.
Chester Richard.
No, it's got to be Chester the Jester.
Oh, wow.
The Jester would be his middle name. Yeah, I know. That's pretty bad. I'm going Chester Philip.
Chester
Charles. Charles' middle name? Dang it. Chester is his real name, though, correct?
It is. Chester Charles Bennington, March 20th, 1976.
So sad.
Too young.
That he was killed. Anyway, on this day...
You got another birthday shout out for us, or...
Yeah, I guess we do, right?
Maybe.
Yeah, yesterday, it was my friend Carol's birthday. Can't think of any other birthdays on March 20th. There she goes. She gave me a look. She's watching Jaws. Happy birthday to my mom. She's right over
Happy
there.
birthday.
Austin yelled happy birthday, but I have headphones in. She gave me a look. She was just like,
yeah,
she's about to smack the shit out of me.
And happy birthday, Carol, also.
And happy birthday, Carol, which was yesterday. On this day, this I think might be the most recent on this day that we've ever had.
Yes,
it's only a year old, but being how monumental and trendy, let's say, it was, and still is.
Yeah.
Tiger King premiered on this day in 2020.
Yes, the Netflix docuseries.
Yeah.
Yep.
The world has been in shambles for over a year, which everybody knows, but you're here to get away from that kind of stuff.
It was such an interesting phenomenon. I definitely partook. I definitely kind of binge watched the series. We talked about it on the first episodes of the pod, I remember, which is crazy to think about that it was a year ago. But it was such a phenomenon because, you know, the whole world was being shut down at the time, and everyone was just getting so enthralled in these stories about all these larger than life characters with Joe Exotic and Carol Baskin and all them.
You know what? We're sticking with conspiracy theories maybe on this, but she killed her husband.
100%. There's not even a question in my mind that she fed her husband.
You don't even need to watch the show, because I've seen very minimal of the show, and I even know that.
Yeah.
How did she do on Dancing with the Stars? She was on that.
Probably very bad. She did not look like a very agile woman.
Probably not. I didn't see it. I just heard she was going to be on there. I was like, wow, Dancing with the Stars must be really struggling. They're trying to get these viewers. And like, I thought she was going to either like make it to the finals or win just by popularity vote. We could. Yeah, Jay, fact check that. You want me to just go into the second on this day? We normally swip.
No, you got it. You got it
here. All right, Carol Baskins. On this day, this one is way older. In 1930, 1930, KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken, was founded by the OG Colonel Sanders. The OG Colonel Sanders. 1930, we've been eating their KFC.
That's over 90 years.
That's a long time.
It is a very long time. I am struggling to find, like, she didn't win.
There's no way
find this.
No way
she didn't win. I see there's a one clip of her dressed up as Simba.
You can't do that. He's a lion.
Yeah.
She was on Tiger King. They're different cats.
Big cats in general were talked about on the show, but still, I think it was definitely focused more on. It didn't look good. It did not look good from what I'm seeing here.
Yeah,
we got sirens going on outside my house. I'm not 100% sure what's going on. I know you guys probably can't hear it because I got the Zoom background noise cancellation going. But yeah, okay. On this day, Colonel Sanders, Tiger King, Carol Baskin, Dancing with the Stars.
Sting.
I'm getting a little flustered by these sirens. They're pretty loud.
They're coming for you.
Yeah.
If it would help, maybe you could talk about some Nisto drinks, because you had a pretty good
That would definitely calm me down.
Before you even go into that, we got a shout out on the NistoBros. Shout out to my boy Ryan, who had the Rain Dreamsicle. Speaking of Rain, we're not sponsored by them or Bang, but you know what? Hey, Bang, you lost your chance, because guess what I'm drinking?
Oh, wow. What
I did it to him.
Twist.
I did it to him. I'm drinking Rain. And just so you know, I'm for real.
There he goes.
Drank it.
Wow.
I like the colors of this one. This
white
one is
gummy bear.
White gummy bear. I saw that, and that's exactly what I said. I said, white gummy bear. Hello. Purchased.
And so Ryan, let us know. Sorry.
No, it's okay. Bang, you're losing. It's slipping.
You're losing ground. You're losing ground.
Slipping from your grips.
This very advantageous partnership is leaving the ball's going kind of closer in our court now. You know, we're giving you all the rain, huh?
Oh!
And you guys have not capitalized on it. And now I think maybe we're going to go on to greener pastures. Okay.
Yep.
What was Nisto
is
drinks?
Sometimes grass is greener on the other side.
On the white gummy bear side.
Yeah. I'm going to make it rain on you, Bang.
Oh! We're off the charts right now. We are off the charts right now. And if you're listening, definitely share this out to everyone that you know, because they're missing out if they don't know about the NistoBros.
Anyway, sorry, you were going to say something to Ryan about rain.
Yeah, let us know if you like the rain energy.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, he definitely tried it out because of my recommendation, my review. Let me know how you like it.
That's what this is all about.
And also, we got a DM from this week's Nisto drinks as well.
We didn't we?
Shout out to Val. She also got the drink that I tried, the iced chocolate almond milk shaken espresso from Starbucks. An absolute mouthful.
Yeah.
Nisto
drinks is really taking off here.
It is a little bit. Yeah, we got a lot of DMs from the fans. I love it. I love to see it, guys. She said it was really good, and I agreed. She said she liked it a lot herself, and I did as well, as you saw on the review. And if you didn't, go check it out. But I will say, the breakdown of like iced chocolate, almond milk, shaken espresso, I kind of did that at the beginning, like talking about each element. But then it's kind of cool how they all melded really together. Now the dog's barking. Okay.
I don't hear any of it. Don't worry.
Technology is amazing, but it's a little distracting. Okay.
Sorry.
All the parts,
all the elements,
drink, all the elements just mixed together so well. Like the chocolate was there, but not overpowering. The coffee flavor was there, but not overpowering. It was milky. It was a little creamy, but it was just such a nice mixture of all of them. And I thought all the flavors worked together very, very nicely. And I don't really have a ton else to say because it really just hit very nice.
Do you think it's because slightly? Do you think, I know you mentioned it in the episode briefly, do you think it's because you didn't mix it like you did with the pink velvet thing?
I think that could be the case. I think it is a little bit of a the pink velvet was different because I was literally only getting that strawberry to begin with, and that's why I felt like I had to mix it. Okay. This, even though I didn't mix it all together, still kind of hit me with all of the elements at once, which I thought maybe. I will say this though, the pink velvet, I was drinking through a straw.
I just thought of that. The
Starbucks one didn't even give me the option. It was one of those lids where you have to take the sip. So I think it kind of mixes even more while you're doing that. You can get some stuff from the bottom, some stuff from the top. So, hey, maybe Duncan, I know you guys got that new cold foam. So I think that is probably through one of those drinking lids as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because you gotta taste that foam, you can't sip it through the straw.
I was thinking the same thing. Maybe the straw maybe that's not the best way to drink that one. Yeah. Maybe you get all of the elements when you do one of those.
Yeah.
Interesting, because I peeped that too. I noticed it.
So that's pretty much it on there. Leave a comment with other drinks you would like me to try.
Nisto Eats, on the other hand, wasn't as successful.
Yeah.
It had great potential. I looked at it, saw it at Target. It was Pop-Tart pretzel, cinnamon sugar. And I thought, wow, this is pretty interesting. It's going to be like pretzel-y, and then the sugar cinnamon thing, or cinnamon sugar, I think it said on the box.
Yeah.
But a big letdown, honestly.
Yeah.
Big letdown. It was just there. I don't know what it was with, like, it was just so chewy, and like not in a good way, and like didn't get a whole lot of flavor. Really unfortunate. I really don't really have much else to say. I said it about 16 and a half times in the episode. I hope next week's is better.
Yeah. Because there is another Pop-Tart pretzel to be tried.
There's another Pop-Tart pretzel
to find out what that flavor is.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely going to be.
Y'all got to wait. but you do know it is another Pop-Tart pretzel flavor. That's all I'm telling you. Until next week.
I got two comments about Nisto Eats. One, kind of the appeal for me, like the cinnamon sugar and pretzel, is like an Auntie Anne's that they have the cinnamon sugar kind of pretzel. So I feel like that was definitely like it sounds like a good combination. There are proven examples of pretzel and cinnamon sugar working together, and I think putting it just maybe the vehicle of the Pop-Tart is not the right way to deliver those flavors. And this is actually kind of more of a broad Pop-Tart question. Do you toast Pop-Tarts?
I knew that's where you were going to go with it. Honestly, no, I don't.
Me neither.
Maybe this one would have been better toasted. Maybe I'll crack out of my shell and toast it next time since I have a whole freaking box of it now.
Yeah.
But maybe I'll try toasting it one day. I don't really know. But no, I've never been into toasting it. I don't really have a reason why. I'm not against it. It's just
me neither.
I think if like in all actuality, I'm just like impatient and I just want to eat the thing now.
Yeah.
It's just like I just want to eat the Pop-Tart now. I don't think I don't know. I don't think it really needs it.
Yeah, no, I've never been one to do it either. I was just curious because I know that it is a thing. There's
there's rules on the box, I think, of how to toast it.
Yeah, so I actually have. There's a funny comedian bit. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Brian Regan.
I've heard of him.
I'll send it to you after of him, like discussing the how is there instructions on the box of a Pop-Tart. All you gotta do is put how do you break it down into multiple steps? You just have to put this Pop-Tart in the toaster. That's it. But he doesn't.
I mean, yeah,
I do.
No, it's okay.
Yeah,
I mean, he's not wrong.
He's not wrong.
Pretty much it. Tune in next week for Nisto Drinks, Nisto Eats. Until then, I think it's time.
I think it is time.
It's time for I like hurt my throat doing that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, are we counting stings this week or?
Oh, we might have to. Might have to. Steve, no middle name, Borden. And something I was thinking about with Steve. Sting. I'm not gonna call him Steve. That's disrespectful. One of his like nicknames is the Icon Sting. And I thought about it. I was like, how do you really like get a name like that? But then you think about it. It's just like this man, everywhere he's gone, has made a tremendous impact. Obviously, starting in WCW, like obviously that's like where he's like became himself.
Yeah,
went to TNA in Impact, was a stud there, was their world champion. Had a little thing with WWE, didn't go so great. He got hurt in like his like only match, but like WWE's known to just not do great things. But anyway, he also lost his first match, which is stupid. How do you bring Sting and have him anyway? But he still like made an impact. Like his debut was just incredible. No one would have expected Sting in the WWE. And now he's in AEW doing crazy things, having matches, doing things. And it's just still at like 50 today, 52.
No, you're way off, buddy.
Higher.
He is turning 62 today.
That's what I meant. I have a Florida accent down here. They like to cut their age off by 10 because they're a little older down here.
Yeah.
I made that up. They probably do it though. But Sting, dude, everywhere he's gone, just tremendous.
Absolutely.
And go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, where do you think, or what meal do you think we're gonna be eating?
He's definitely a dinner guy.
I was thinking dinner as well.
I think he's definitely a dinner guy. And I don't think, contrary to maybe like older people doing early dinners, I think he's a late dinner kind of guy.
I mean, he definitely has kind of like, the night gimmick, obviously a little bit,
I think that's why.
coming up from the rafters and all that type of stuff. He likes the
I think he's a big
the late.
steak guy.
Oh wow, we're going back to back steakhouses. Didn't we take Jen Aniston to
We
we took
took
her
her
out to a
to
nice steak?
H2O. I
H2O. We
remember
got surf and
H2O
turf,
and
some
Comac.
very, very expensive alcohol.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, some nice wine. I'm thinking
Yeah.
Stinger. I think he's not like high end there, but I think he's a Texas Roadhouse kind of guy.
Wow. I
I
mean,
think so.
am I making this up or is he like a Texas guy?
He might be. You can fact check that. Steve Borden
He was
could be
born
a Texas
in
guy.
Nebraska. So that's
That's
pretty close.
pretty close. That's pretty close. So I think he's a Texas Roadhouse kind of guy. I feel like he's going in on some of those biscuits and getting like a 24-ounce steak.
Wow.
Medium rare.
Okay. Yeah, no, I mean, you don't have to convince me to go to Texas Roadhouse with anyone. But
I'll go to Texas Roadhouse by myself.
yeah. So I think we could get down with some Texas Roadhouse with Sting. Nothing too fancy. I feel like out of character. He's
He's a
probably
laid
more
back
kind
dude.
of like laid back guy. So yeah, I
Sure.
think Texas Roadhouse would be a good place. So you gave a pretty nice overview of who he is, what his career was like there. You got a first question for him, or you want me to
No, you
start
could
it
go
off?
ahead. You could go ahead. Start us off. I painted the picture for Stinger.
Right. And I think one of the things that is so impressive, which you did touch on briefly, that I think I would definitely want to ask and discuss with him is you said started in WCW in, early 90s. I looked it up. He even like in the more like independent, regional wrestling back in the day, it said that he debuted in 85.
Wow.
So, and then obvious.
85.
So that is 35 years of wrestling under his belt. So my
That's
overarching question here is like, what has kept you in the biz so long and you want to continue like also being a performer and like not, kind of relinquish to like more of a, on-screen personality role like, obviously Triple H has done and others, that well, he still does some, but you know what I mean.
That wasn't what my face was for.
Okay.
I was gonna let you finish your thought. And then I was thinking I can't really see Sting being an on
Well, yeah, no, that
personality
because he is so ingrained in his character,
Yeah,
so,
like
kind of similar to the Undertaker.
I can't see him really doing that. And yes, just like the Undertaker, which there's definitely going to be conversations with Stinger about him and Taker and that potential dream match. Not potential dream match is never going to happen, unfortunately. But it's just I can't really see him being an on-screen personality role because he's just so iconic. It's just like, what are you going to do? You're going to take the paint off of him and make him Steve and like, like I don't think that would work,
No.
like I love the stuff he's doing right now with Darby Allin in AEW. I personally just love Darby Allin, and to have Sting come in, I never thought in 2021 I would be excited about a 61-year-old man at the time coming into new wrestling. Like AEW is still pretty new, and like I didn't think I would be excited about it. I thought it would be like, oh cool, like Sting's here. That's cool.
Nostalgia.
But like but I love what he's doing with Darby Allin, not Ali, as like a mini version of Sting. And I think that's so incredible. And I think that could go great places because Darby's just great by himself.
Right. But going back to it, I feel like it's just so crazy and it's so unprecedented that there's been someone who just continues and like you said is still so you're not tired of them. They keep kind of reinventing in very slight ways, I guess, like of how he's presenting himself in these obviously each company is a little bit different in how everything goes differently, and he's just continued to just be such, again, an iconic figure that you can't help but be intrigued by his presence.
Absolutely. And it's not it's also like obviously he's not wrestling on the weekly product, which I don't think
No,
he
no,
should.
no.
Even like not only because of his age, but just of the character that he is. I don't think he should be doing that.
No.
But like he just had his first AEW match at Revolution.
Yes.
It being, you know, one of the little cinematic matches and stuff, which is fine, but like that was done really well. I thought he looked great in it, you know, for what he could do at 61 at the time.
I was just thinking again, man. It's 61, just about to turn 62 in 2 weeks,
right?
And you're doing all that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I'm 26. I wouldn't have been able to do half the crap that he was doing.
Exactly.
I'm going to call a spade here.
Yeah.
You know, I think so. Something that I would definitely ask him during that time of WCW, the Monday Night Wars heating up. It was always Sting, the WCW guy, Undertaker, the WWE guy. What made Sting stay? Because you know he had to have had offers.
Yeah.
Because everyone was having offers back then. Taker has even had offers for WCW and he stayed. So like, why did Taker stay? Why did Sting stay with WCW? Even when like he probably saw the wheels starting to come off and it was going downhill. It's like, why did he stay there? You know, like I respect the loyalty.
Yeah.
But it's like, why?
I think I have like kind of two things. One of them is definitely being the loyalty, kind of talking about it from the Undertaker's perspective. Also is like, I know that he has talked about and stuff I've heard that he was just super loyal to the WWE, and that was always where he, you know, saw himself and wanted to grow there. And
loyal to Vince too. Him and Vince are like good buddies.
Yes, they are. So I feel like Sting probably had some kind of a similar mindset that he thought that WCW was the place for him. And then the second thing I was thinking was, you know, even after WCW was bought out by WWE, he still didn't want to go. Like he still didn't, you know, sign with them. He, you know, took some time and then went to TNA, which you mentioned before. So I think that there was probably some kind of, I don't know if resentment is the right word, or just like some kind of, you know, negative thoughts that he had about WWE that he couldn't see himself jumping ship, even though there would have been lots of opportunity for him there. I'm sure, especially during like, you know, the end of the Attitude Era, like, you know, if he was there in 2000s, 2001, if he was part of the Invasion angle, something like that would have been absolutely insane at the time.
Yeah. I think there definitely would have been, you know, at that time, there totally could have been a spot for him, you know, like that with the Invasion angle or, you know, just like anything. There totally could have been stuff used. Like him and Undertaker could have even been like a team or something. Like, could like come up with a stable or something. Like the thought of that is just insane. Like the Ministry of Darkness stuff.
Or something.
Yeah, like that could have been so crazy. And something that I thought of when you were talking about that, how he was, you know, kind of like the almost anti WWE guy. I almost wish he didn't have that little stint in WWE. Could you imagine him doing great things WCW, doing great things for TNA and Impact, not going to WWE, and then showing up in AEW?
That would have been nuclear.
That would have, I think, made his debut in AEW even bigger than it already was.
I 100% agree with that.
Because then it wasn't like he was ever in WWE. It was just like, okay, WCW is the competition for WWE. I'm going to stay here and I'm going to work my ass off. Impact at one point in the time was kind of trying to be rivals with WWE. Yep. Okay, I'm going to go there and I'm going to work my ass off. I'm not going to go to WWE. AEW comes around. At that point, he would have been out of the business for 10 years or so. Like I'd have to find out when he like left Impact.
Yeah.
Stopped being on Impact, because then he would just like not be around because he wouldn't have had the WWE thing. And then AEW comes up and then he would have came back to AEW. Like that would have been insane.
100%.
Just to like build on. And I think Kenny Omega has said it in an interview, how he's you can never say never in the wrestling world, but he doesn't really want to go to WWE because when he was in New Japan and doing his thing there, his goal in professional wrestling is to make fans more aware of professional wrestling outside of WWE. You know, if you have the casual fan or like the lack of a better term, the ignorant fan who thinks professional wrestling WWE, that's it. It's like
Yeah.
you're wrong because there's so many amazing companies out there like New Japan when Kenny Omega was there. It's still amazing, don't get me wrong. Like that's what his thing was. Impact is it's underrated, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Impact is, and now AEW comes up, and like, of course, that's like what AEW wants to do is just like look at all of these wrestlers that aren't from WWE. Like, obviously, they have a lot of WWE or ex WWE stars, but they're doing work with Impact. They're now doing work with New Japan, and it's just like that's what professional wrestling should be all about.
Yeah, it shouldn't be monopolized. It shouldn't be monopolized by one company, and it should be, you know. And I think that that's a really noble effort, obviously, and that Sting is then, you know, going back to Sting being a part of that again and trying to bring even more awareness to the other companies. 100%. And I think kind of like piggybacking on that thought, like, so do you think like I would legitimately ask him this, like, do you think he regrets going to WWE? Because also, like, do you think like
that's a heavy question?
I mean, obviously, there's also the whole thing that like he had, I guess, what was it, like 2-3 real matches
in WWE?
Yeah,
I think it was like 2. It was like 2 or 3.
He
had his first match with Triple H at Mania,
lost.
Also, the timing of that, like the timing of the day for that match was ridiculous. It was during the daytime. It was one of the outdoor Manias, which I guess they all kind of are now.
Yeah.
You can't have Sting come out during the day. It's just stupid. That it looked stupid. It looked horrible. The match itself was just not good. You also had him lose. You had the stipulation added like that nobody knew about. It was like, oh, hey, by the way, this is going to be no DQ because they had this whole NWO DX thing planned, which is fine, but they could have just built.
It takes away from it too.
It took so much away from it. They could have built up like with him and Trips feuding in the weeks prior. They could have had something and it was like, hey, yeah, I want you in a match. I want it to be no DQ. Perfect. Then you could do the NWO and DX stuff, like as nostalgic as it is. You could have done it without it being like horseshoed in there, really, and like forced. And also bump the match later in the card. It's got to be at night.
Yeah, for sure. 100%. And I mean, this is a separate tangent, but then Bray Wyatt versus Undertaker was on that card too. Twofold thing here. That was during the day too. Stupid. Second of all, Undertaker and Sting are on the same card and they're not in a match together. Like that's just a crime against humanity. And the thing is, and then the other match that I can remember is Seth Rollins, Night of Champions. He also lost.
Yeah. So what, was he like 0-2, 0-3 in WWE? So yeah,
that's kind of my thing is like, it didn't seem like he had the best. He didn't really have too many. I mean, obviously there were memorable moments. Obviously the Survivor Series debut was very big and all of that type of stuff.
Go ahead.
Yeah. What?
We were at a Raw that he had come out.
Yes.
I think that was
I have a future question that I'll bring up about that if you would want to.
Yeah, absolutely. Because so I'll wait to dive into that. But to answer your question, if he regrets WWE, I think he should. You know, like
I think a little bit. I think there's a little part of him that's like
I think he should. I think he should because not only like what I said, how he could have just been like the anti-WWE guy of WCW, Impact, and now AEW without that completely. It's just his run there wasn't good. Like, okay, cool, you got into the Hall of Fame, but like, who isn't in the Hall of Fame? Who isn't in the Hall of Fame? You know, and it wasn't a good run. We didn't get the stuff that we wanted. Like, okay, him versus Triple H, maybe, but like you said, Undertaker was on the same card. It's always been I want Sting and Undertaker. They could have somehow done that, like ixnayed the Bray Wyatt stuff, maybe do it a year later, or just not at all because it was poo-poos. But like, the opportunity was there. They should have done it. You know, like it could have happened. It really could have, and it should have happened. Though I do like his debut with the Survivor Series stuff, I thought was incredible.
No, 100%.
So like him versus Triple H could have been good. It's just how they booked it was not.
And I'm going to say this. It also kind of sheds a light on what you were saying before, that, hey, there's other companies besides WWE, you know, they can definitely fumble the ball quite a bit with how they handle things. So that's an understatement.
And like, I don't know what it was. I think, you know, and there was of course, like speculations after that after it happened, like Sting coming and then just losing, not doing anything. And like, I'm going to get to the him and Seth Rollins stuff too in a second, but him losing to Triple H and just like losing period, I think was like Vince's way of just being like him just like boosting his own ego. It's like, haha, we bought out WCW 20 years ago and now we have your biggest star and we're going to make him lose. It's just like, dude, you already won, you know. It's like, to not go off on a super tangent, but like, I feel like he did the same thing with EC3. Like EC3 was Impact's biggest guy. You bring him in, he gets a good ovation, has a good debut, and then just garbage. Yeah. Reinventing himself now, which is great. But now Sting versus Seth. I think him losing was the right call.
Yeah.
You're building up Seth Rollins as this. He's still at that time pretty new. He's the like arrogant heel, cowardly heel, who's the champion, who's best for business, like that whole thing. Prime, super good.
Double champion.
You don't want your young double champion losing to someone in his 50s at that time. You know, it just doesn't make sense. So like, to give the young guy the rub, of course, it makes sense. It's just, excuse me, it would have meant more if he won his debut. Like, I think Sting,
like if he finished 1-1, he beat Triple H and then lost to Seth Rollins, put someone over on your last match. Good.
Perfect. That's good.
Good on you.
I think, though, there was going to be more shenanigans with Sting, but I think he got hurt in that Seth match.
He did legit.
Legit got hurt. And when you're in your 50s, naturally, it's going to take you longer to heal up.
Yeah.
So it took a little longer. Then they just kind of ixnayed everything. He left, I guess, and here he is now.
Yeah. So I think we covered that topic pretty thoroughly. You got another question?
I think, man, there's just like so many, you know. It's like I would want like a full day with Stinger, and like
we're taking him out for his birthday. Maybe we go to Adventureland or something.
Going to Adventureland with the Stinger. He's got to be
making movies number 4 right now. I don't know.
Maybe we are making movies. The NistoBros and Stinger star attraction goes to Adventureland, and he's on the water flume, the log flume. And his face gets wet and his paint. Because why not go to Adventureland in character? And now his paint's running.
Yep.
So there sets the scene.
I
think
we'll come back to that.
Yeah,
we'll deep dive some other time.
That's another deep dive. I keep going on these tangents, man. I think I would want to know, like, it's such a basic question, but what would his dream match be? Like in his prime, I'm going to say other than The Undertaker, because I'm sure he wanted to face The Undertaker too. So like, who would be his dream match? Whether it's in WWE, whether it was Impact or WCW again, or future AEW, like his prime. So like, I guess that kind of opens up the questions, like, who would our dream match for Stinger be?
Right.
You know, besides the Undertaker. It's like, who would you want to see Stinger against again, other than the Undertaker? Because obviously that's the ultimate dream match.
Yeah, I think that's everyone's if they had to pick one.
I think with both of them being like, if both of them were healthy and in their prime, him and Stone Cold.
Yeah. I was going to go. I was actually going to go. I was going to go a similar route. I was going to say The Rock, actually.
He's another one that I thought of.
Yeah.
Honestly. Yeah. I would like that a lot. I mean, because most of his dream matches are of course going to be WWE guys or WWE Hall of Famers or legends, because
it's just natural. It's just natural that like during that time, everyone wanted to see Sting at that time with, go to WWE or have, some kind of stint in WWE at that time to face all of those guys. I was thinking sort of the WrestleMania 18 Hogan versus Rock, the icon versus legend, kind of doing a spin on that and having it be icon versus icon type thing with the Rock versus
the Sting instead of Hogan.
Yeah.
I like that. That's
kind of along the lines I was thinking.
I do like that. I'm trying to think of like some other guys, because like I thought of other guys, but it's like maybe even current guys that he could face. But like I thought of AJ Styles, but he's faced AJ Styles, excuse me, in Impact. In Impact, they've had many. I'm also just trying to think of like his, like what his style would go well with.
Yeah.
Like I think there's certain people that can work at like a slower pace and it like works. So like maybe even like a Bray Wyatt. That'd be kind of interesting.
Yeah, for sure.
Randy Orton is known to be like a little bit of a slower guy right now. So like I think that could work too.
Yeah. I mean, if we're going peak, like the Fiend versus the Stinger, like that could be obviously.
Good. So like a lot of people hate the Fiend. A lot of people hated the Fiend when he first came out. I love it. I love the character. I don't love how it's been booked, obviously.
No.
I love the character.
I think it's good. I think it's good too. That's why I brought it up. I think that would 100%. Be pretty interesting.
I thought of another good question for him.
Yeah.
So sorry to go back to back here.
No. You're fine.
I thought of it because we mentioned like a new Ministry of Darkness.
Mm-hmm.
Stinger's never really been the faction kind of guy. He had the main event Mafia in Impact with like Angle, and I think even Booker T was there and whoever else was in that. If he could handpick a stable to be the leader of, because obviously you would have Stinger be the leader.
Yeah.
Who would he pick? So like if you could pick, like obviously not going to have like NWO size, like 57 people in there. Honestly, that might even be lowballing how many people are in NWO.
What I was going to say is I think that there was probably a time that he was like in NWO. Obviously that was kind of before our time. There was like
a little bit.
Yeah.
He was in NWO. He came with like, he also did like the anti thing with like, he was like
pack,
red. Yeah. The wolf pack.
Yeah.
Not so big, these stables. No. Like if he could come up with like an evolution like stable, he's the guy, like he's the leader. You have a tag team and a singles, like an up and coming singles, like that. So like Triple H was the leader, but like, so if Sting was in Triple H's role, you have Batista and Flair were kind of the tag team, as weird as that sounds.
I guess so.
Even though Flair was kind of the legend.
Yeah.
All four of those guys are legends now, let's be real. But like, who would he pick to have him the leader, a tag team, and a young up and coming guy? So, of course, I think right now the young up and coming guy is Darby Allin.
Yeah, that's naturally. I that's what I was going to say as well.
And then like, but a tag team, like that's exciting to think about.
Yeah.
Do you go with a formed tag team, or do you go with two singles guys that maybe could be a tag team?
Right.
I thought so. This is kind of silly.
Yeah.
They were never really good. They were good in NXT, I gotta say. I think it would work because of all the face paints and stuff.
The Ascension.
I thought of the Ascension.
Hey, I mean, I think
they're a tag team.
They are a tag team.
I think the timing of that, obviously I would never do that now with the Ascension. I think if it was like NXT Ascension, that would be what I would go with, not the WWE crap Ascension. Like
that's
NXT Ascension, Darby Allin, Stinger. I would like that. Oh,
keep it going.
The Viking Raiders.
Oh,
War Machine, however you want to call them.
The Viking Experience.
Yeah, no, we're not calling them that because now that's their finisher. That would be a good one.
That would be really good.
I would like that.
I kind of like them better than the Ascension, to be honest. In that,
believe it or not, so do I.
Yeah. I don't know. Just like I feel like. Sorry to go off on this whole tangent. The WWE Ascension run kind of just really soured any positive thoughts I had about them, to be honest.
I thought of another one. I made a face. I don't know if you saw it or I don't want to give you time to answer it too. This one's a little more different.
Okay.
Because they don't have face paint. But I think they could maybe do some like little war paint. I think would be cool for them. They've done it a little bit. The Briscoes from ROH. That'd be pretty wild.
That would be pretty wild. No,
I want to hear what you got to say. I want to hear what you say.
Another good one.
I don't want to keep taking them all.
Yeah, no. Darby Allin was definitely like my initial thought for like a young and upcoming guy. Yeah. I'm trying to think, because what I'm also trying to think is like Sting is obviously more of like a mysterious kind of mystique guy. Not, I'm trying to think of, there should be like a good promo guy, like a solid kind of mouthpiece to the group. Okay. Maybe someone kind of like who can play a good like arrogant guy kind of.
So you're saying that you would think that the Sting faction would be a heel faction?
I think that they could.
I think they could go both
out.
Ways.
I think it could start out kind of heelish.
Ooh, that's interesting.
I think maybe I go Jon Moxley.
Ooh.
How do you feel about that?
I like it.
Yeah.
So instead of Darby Allin, or would you have him
instead of Darby Allin? He would be kind of the singles guy. And then I think I want to go also with kind of a already established tag team. I don't know. I think the Viking Raiders are a real good call.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm not 100% sure. I'm trying to think.
I like the Mox idea, honestly. Yeah. I really do.
I think they would definitely pair well.
Honestly, and like I'm just like thinking and like fantasy booking in my head too, with like how that could look, with like Sting being the obvious leader of the group, but then Mox being the mouthpiece of the group. That could lead to some tension.
Yeah.
And then like a future
long-term booking.
Sting, long-term booking. That could be their demise.
Yeah.
That would be cool. That would be interesting. I like it.
This is kind of a weird one because it's a little they kind of have their own thing going right now, but they've kind of this year, I think, kind of branched out a bit. What do you think about and maybe I'm just stereotyping with the face painting, but the Usos? What do you think about that? Again, kind of going along with the heel,
because they could both do face and heel, and I think all four of these guys could do face and heel.
Yeah,
I think
it's kind of a weird all four of them together, but like you'd have to like.
I think Mox should have no paint. Yeah, Mox should be Mox.
Yeah,
Stinger should have his paint. I would say heel Usos, but with paint. With like minimal like black and white paint, like that should be like Sting. Yeah. And Mox should not have paint. I like it. I like that idea. And I think that faction could come out with some belters of matches.
100%. 100%.
I like it a lot.
Thank you.
Heel Uso with face paint.
I'm going to call it with my is that all right with you?
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
At 47 and a half minutes on my timer.
Perfect. I haven't been timing, so go for it.
So it's a little bit of a silly question, and I went back to it. I mentioned that we were at Raw.
Yes. He was I think it was a trophy, right? Seth was
about to get one of the there's big statues, gold statues at the WWE headquarters, legends, Andre the Giant, Ultimate Warrior, and Seth as double champ was going to be getting one. And I don't know if you remember this, when it came out,
you can say it.
You called it. You completely called it, and you said that could be Sting. It's Sting under there. And so my question is, when he came out, all the face paint was dripping. What was it like under the thing? It was just really hot? He was getting all sweaty. How long was he under there?
That was my question. That's where I thought you were going to go. I thought you were going to say, how long was
I have all the questions about that. All the questions in the world.
How long was he under there? How did he keep his balance while it was being like wheeled out and stuff? Like, I don't remember how it got into the ring, but they must have had to pick it up somehow, put it in the ring. So like, was he just like, there's no way he could have stood in that. Like, he must have been like pretzel style sitting in there or something, because if you're standing and they're picking this up, like, you're going to fall.
Yeah.
And then the whole thing is shot, because then you just freaking, shockmastered yourself. Through the little curtain thing. And you're done ski. So it's, how long were you under there? I remember thinking the same thing, because his paint was a little bit faded. So he had to be a little sweaty boy, it must have been hot under there.
It wasn't August, right? It was after SummerSlam.
I think so. Yeah. It was after SummerSlam. So could have been warm, but I feel like he had to have been in there sometime, because I feel like if he went in right before the segment and then brought in, I don't think he would have sweated enough for his paint to be noticeably messed up, even to the live crowd. Because I remember thinking it while we were there, and we're not that close. We were like the 200s or something of the Barclays Center, and I remember seeing it and thinking like, "Yo, his paint's kind of jacked."
Yeah,
and like Stinger's paint is like on point until like the end of a match.
Yeah,
this was a promo segment. His paint shouldn't have been messed up.
Nope, should not have.
That would be that's
kind of silly question, and I would love to hear all the details. Obviously, we can't know, but if we were to have a good old Texas Roadhouse dinner date with Sting, we would definitely be asking him about that.
Late night dinner date at Texas Roadhouse.
Yeah,
with the Stinger,
and then we sing "Happy Birthday."
Sing "Happy Birthday."
He gets the thing.
He has to sit on the Roadhouse chair. With his paint. No, he did. We went without the paint. Yeah, he would have to sit on it.
That's a funny sight to think about.
Regular Sting, no paint. Just Steve
Borden.
Steve Borden. Steve, no middle name Borden, riding on the Texas Roadhouse birthday horse.
Yep.
With that, we'll leave you with that imagery as we go into the post of the week.
Post of the week. Let me
post of the week is big, and I love it. I'm gonna get excited and giddy for it.
You got it?
There
is it up for
you?
You?
Yes, it is. Is that good? Tweeted by @NY Rangers. This was from I think it was Wednesday. It was Wednesday night. Wednesday night hockey was on. Rangers Flyers. And I'm wearing my hockey shirt, my hockey hat. I'm getting to see live hockey tonight in person, and I'm effing excited because it's been
hyped.
Very, very long. Orlando Solar Bears. Can't wait.
Rapping.
So So Mika Zibanejad here. Before I go on about Mika Zibanejad, the Rangers smacked the Philadelphia Flyers this night, and I was a very happy boy.
That was a pretty good sound effect, right?
That was. They beat them 9-0. 9-0.
Nothing.
9-0.
Yeah.
Beating the Flyers. They scored 7 in the second period. Mika Zibanejad had a hat trick. It doesn't say it on this picture. A hat trick in 10 minutes and 10 seconds. He scored 6 points in the second period alone. All 6 of his points. He finished the game with 6 points. He did it all in the second period. He's just like, yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Here's the stat that reads in the picture. It's a GIF from the Rangers. 6 points. Second player in NHL history to score 6 points in a single period, including a natural hat trick. And if I'm not mistaken, the other person to do that is, ironically, a New York Islander legend, Brian Trottier.
Jay, fact check that one for us. And I do want to leave it on this question to this stat. Is
Beautiful
that
hair.
good? Is that good?
Is that good?
You let us know if you think that's good.
I would say that is pretty good.
Nailed it. I do want to say this just happened. This just popped
just
up.
saw that.
Magnitude 6.9 earthquake strikes off the coast of Japan. Country's meteorological agency confirms.
Oh, never mind.
Sending all prayers and good thoughts to people in Japan. Hope you guys are doing all right.
Yeah, that's scary stuff, to say the least.
There is the post of the week. Thank you,
post
Mike.
of the week. You're welcome. Thank you very much. And I'm excited for hockey live in the flesh.
Let's do that. Hockey. I have,
as they say in hockey. Let's do that.
I'm actually not very happy with my joke. I'm going to put it out there. I'm going to set expectations really low.
Oh, I see what you're doing. A little reverse psychology.
I think it's just straight up psychology. I don't think it's a very good joke, but it's one I found and it's one I wanted to do. So here, I'm going first.
Let's hit it.
And it's a question, and I'm going to say, what would you call a fly without wings?
I don't know. I try to think about it. I don't know.
A walk.
That's stupid. That is
so
stupid.
Bad.
That's bad.
That's dumb. That is so dumb.
Yeah, I can't.
I kind of couldn't help myself, but I knew in my mind, I was like, this is horrific, but I felt like I had to do it at the same time. A walk. A fly flies. A walk.
No,
walk.
That's
pretty
bad. Pretty bad.
Super bad.
I'm gonna just read this one. It's also kind of a question. I asked my dad why he decided to buy a boat.
Okay.
And he said there was a sale.
Oh.
Little play on words there.
Naturally, when you see a boat with a sail, you gotta buy it.
There was a sale.
I do want to actually shout out a bonus joke that was sent to me by our father.
Of course. Oh God.
I want to give a shout out. Wanted to throw it. I wasn't sure. I was thinking about it, but then when you said dad with the boat, made me think of it again. Here we go. Ready?
Not really, but yes.
I'm addicted to ordering hatchets from other countries because of the smell. I love foreign accents. I love foreign accents.
There's a hatchet. It's an axe.
Yes.
That's
from other countries.
That's so stupid.
Which is boring. Yes.
I don't like that one.
Which one was better, the walk or the accents?
I actually think the walk.
Let's go. Very good. All right.
That's pretty bad.
There it is.
There it is.
There's the jokes. Not a great round, but hopefully we'll do better next week.
Yeah, we'll do better next week. Speaking of next week, episode 52, the big 5-2.
What? Audio learners. He's looking. He's
doing a Mount Rushmore.
Oh, busting out the merch.
Which you can get Teesprings. I'm not going to try and say the link. Just go to the profile, you dingus, because there it is. Use promo code NistoShips for free shipping.
Yeah, link in the description. Use Nisto Ships. Rep the merch. I'm wearing the OG merch, not available anymore. But just saying, you can get some sick other designs, and you can get it in a mug or a sweatshirt or a mask or whatever
onesie or anything that your heart desires. Well, to a certain extent, but we'll get there.
And where's the other place that they can use that promo code that we have?
You know, if you buy some merch, like I had a hoodie, you know, a little chilly in New York, Long Island, New York, maybe specifically around Center Reach, maybe you could go to Cheesley's, download the Cheesley's app, and use promo code NistoBros for, guys, I've got to say it, we worked on it a little bit. So this is going to be the first take of us working on it. Use promo code NistoBros on the Cheesley's the Cheesley's app for $5 off 25 or more. That was pretty good time, man.
That was pretty good.
It's almost like
Can you tell we worked on it?
Can you tell? Huh?
Can you tell?
Promo code NistoBros, Cheesley's app, $5 off 25 or more. Do it.
And we will be announcing, Mike said it's a Mount Rushmore episode 52. Don't forget to tune in. We'll be announcing what that Mount Rushmore is in the middle of the week. Check Wednesday. It out. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at NistoBros. Follow us on Facebook. All those different things. Links are in the description.
Yeah, do that.
Up with the Nisto Bros.
The shizzle.
That's all I got. What about you?
That's all I got. That is all I've got. Peace.
Love.
Do all that stuff.
Sip.
Watch live hockey safely. And eat and listen. See, we never practiced that one. We just kind of hit that one on the head. Not like Cheesley's app, though. Nope, sorry.
No. We need to practice that one.
We might need to practice that one a little bit more.
It's all right.